What madness is this?
Oh, happy day. What a lovely day. So I'm like, I wonder what everybody said about the video last night. And a bunch of people, I'm like, wow, 7 comments, that's crazy. A lot of people had stuff to say. I can't wait to read the comments. And one person was like, with me. And we'll get to that. And everybody else was like, nah, man. And I gotta admit, I love you guys. You know what I expect. You have learned. It's awesome. You've said things to me. You've given me responses to stuff. You have thrown out things. And it's not, you're wrong because I said so. It's, you're wrong because of this. I'm so excited. I'm sure a couple of you are just fucking smoldering right now because I can't wipe this dumb grin off my face. And you're like, I know what he thinks is about to happen, but that shit ain't gonna fucking happen because we'll see. Now look, a couple of comments were responded to by one of you guys, and I'm not going to bother to read those because those comments are in your comment, right? So I'm just going to read everybody's individual comment, and we'll see what happens in this one. Now look, just to get things straight. Me personally, it doesn't matter. Right, wrong, did he want to kill this fucking guy, or was it just a fucked up jumble of dumb shit that resulted in bad shit happening? I can see it both ways. Right? Like I can see the emotional response of, that's fucking brutal. You're not in a fucking octagon, dude. You're not getting paid to be there. Like, you're not fighting. Like, this isn't a match. So I don't really care what the fuck they told you to do. Like, first of all, why is anybody coaching him to hit somebody? This AJ Mata guy is a fucking retard. Why are you coaching him to actually hit somebody? Like, first of all, okay, I get it, you're all having fun, you're really not gay, you're hitting each other. Oh, cool. But, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, these are your coworkers. These are like, you think that ends shit, or is somebody gonna receipt you for your fucking return? Like, what the fuck are we doing here? Right? That first of all is retarded, never should have fucking happened. Period, end of sentence. But he was told to go fucking hit him. And wires got crossed, things, people made assumptions. And here we fucking are. Was he so enraged and angry that he really wanted to kill him? We'll get to that. Do I really think that it was just a dumb fucking situation that got out of control? Honestly, yeah! I do! Here's the thing. Doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter what I think. Doesn't matter what any of you think. Unless one of us winds up on the jury. Then it will matter. Like, you know. Then it'll matter. But until that happens, or unless that happens, we're all just pissing in the wind for entertainment. But what matters is, what's the court gonna say? Because this isn't the court of public opinion. And thank fucking God. And I know, we've got all the evidence. It's all fucking right there. But we need to have, also testimonies. Like, of all the things I've seen, I haven't seen Raja's statement. Probably because him and his lawyers are coming up with his fucking statement. Right? And I haven't seen Psycho Sid's statement. I saw him in a picture of him in the hospital. I see that he's awake. I see that he's bandaged fuck up. I see that he don't look good. You know what I mean? Like, I see that there is hospital bills and pain and suffering. Right? And as I said, man, Sid should ass rape all of them. He should get fucking rich. He should be able to retire after this shit. Have some more kids and fucking raise them up to be good. Like, don't fucking fight people. Like, I think that should be the end result of this. And I think Raja should have to fucking shoulder a lot of that fucking burden of taking care of that man and his family the rest of his life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that should be a thing. But do I think that Raja should spend the rest of his fucking life in jail? No. Do I think he should spend the next 40 years in jail? No. Do I think he should get, I don't know, decade? Right? To really teach him, hey, know where you fucking are? Right? It's going to be a lesson he's going to have to learn real fucking quick. Know where you fucking are. When you're in prison, you got to learn that lesson real quick. I think he'll come out a changed man. What that change is going to be. But like, dude, attempted murder? I just don't buy it. From what I've seen. And we'll get to that. But I don't buy it. And I think that there is enough shadow of a doubt that can be placed into this that an unbiased jury can still review all of the materials that we have seen and more and still have some of a, well, shit, like, this does just look like a fucked up mess. But you guys are seeing things that I haven't seen, and I'm going to need you to help me. Because I'm going to show you what I've seen. And if you have other material, I would love to see it. I would love a link. Because I haven't seen that. And I would think that if that existed, I'd have fucking seen that. But I ain't seen that. So I'm wondering if you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing. Maybe we are. But maybe we're seeing it in two wildly different ways. We'll get to that. So, when I first saw the first video about it, I was like, oh, fuck. That's crazy. And I watched a whole lot of stuff about it. But it was Asmongold talking about it. And I do not rely on Asmongold as a good, valid source. I just don't. He makes a lot of assumptions. And there's a lot of things I think he just gets wrong. So I'm always kind of leery about just going with Asmon shit, right? So I look deeper. I know this is going to be a court thing, right? This isn't going to be a thing that we are going to decide. It isn't, do we not like this famous person anymore? It's, is this guy going away for a long fucking time? I think we should give that a tad bit more gravity. And a tad bit less emotion. Because there's things going on. Right? So I'm looking at other stuff. And as I'm looking at other stuff, I'm seeing new things. And I'm like, this is interesting. And it turned me from, fuck this guy, yeah, give him the chair, to, alright, look, he should have to pay for the guy's future. Like, the whole of it. But he needs to be free to make that money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, that's kind of my perspective on it. So, the first comment I see is, I checked his record. I don't know if it's accurate, but it states that it's 1 KO, 1 decision loss, and 0 losses. I'm like, alright. Yes. I looked into that. 4-0 is his amateur record. Essentially 1 win, 1 loss is his professional record. Right? Alright. That is cleared up now. It will be brought up in the future. We will ignore it and move on. I hadn't seen the info about these other conversations. This is why it's best to reserve judgment. I may have slipped on this one somewhere. Initial response to clear video evidence from me was, yeah, it's attempted murder. I am ashamed. I don't think you should be ashamed. You watched something. It gave you an emotional response. It was horrifying. It was terrible to watch. You can hear the fucking distorted kids screaming in the background. Like, the whole situation when taken in from the outside perspective is fucking ghastly. Right? And immediately when I see that, my emotions shut down. Because I'm like, look, I need to know why this happened. I'm watching what happened. I don't know why it happened. I need to know why it happened. Like, right? That's immediately where I go nowadays. Because that's man, it's where you gotta go. But you got taken in by it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. I don't think that people who get scammed should be ashamed for being scammed. Scammers are good at scamming people. It's what they do for a living. So, like, people get scammed. People get scammed all the time for all sorts of crazy shit. I get scammed. Everybody gets scammed. Everybody gets tricked. So, you know, like, I don't think there's any shame that should be involved in it. But, you know, a little shame is good. Alright. I'm going to have to slightly disagree on this one. First off, on the kid's stream, he said he was told to hit him once. He was told to hit him once. And I watched the video where AJ Mana was telling him, yeah, give him his receipt. You know what a receipt is, right, man? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, yeah, give him his receipt. Fair enough. There is no discrepancy there. He said before it happened that he was going to keep going because he was disrespected. I need a link. Because, like, I would think that if he said that, verbatim or in some degree, use the word disrespected. Alright, I need to see that. I haven't seen that. A lot of people have said that. A lot of people have said that. That, oh, he did this because he did the whole he's disrespected thing. A lot of people have said that. But that, to me, so far, seems to be an assumption until I hear the word disrespected come out of his mouth. I haven't heard that. I'll even play for you what I've heard. Here we go.
I haven't been playing Fortnite. Merc mid. I get the chance to go in there and now really f up. It's always been my dream to f up a pro wrestler for real. So I get it today. This nigga ain't no fighter, but I'm gonna really have to show him, like, nigga, you can't just hit a can on my goddamn face. I'm gonna hit him and I'm gonna take him down. I just don't know which one I should do first. I don't know if I should take him down first and then hit him, or I should hit him and then take him down. I don't fucking know. I'm really going to hit him, I'm telling you. I just don't know if I'm gonna pick him up first or hit him first. I don't know. Because if I punch him and he goes down, then I won't be able to pick him up. I ain't gonna hurt him too bad though. He was drunk. He was pretty drunk, I think. But I will tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pull me off of him will leave. I'm telling you. I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch. Watch.
Now look, man. I'm not hearing the rage. I'm not hearing the any fucking disrespect. I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing a dude who's performing. He's talking to his chat. He's running out the mouth mental diarrhea because he's performing. He's sitting at a fucking wrestling match talking to his chat. Like, I don't hear him raging out. I don't hear him saying, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker. I didn't hear the word disrespected. I heard him say, look, I ain't a fighter, but like, I'm gonna tell him, teach him, you don't just hit a man in the head with a fucking can. Now, he didn't say disrespect me that way. He said you don't hit a fucker in the head with a can. Like, and I agree. He should also be taught, you don't just hit a dude in the head with a can. Like, it is assault. You know what I mean? Like, is it assault with a deadly weapon, aggravated? No, he hit him with a can. But Rajah could have fucking diced his ass up over that shit. Why are you just hitting me in the fucking head with a can? His boss should be like, dude, don't just hit random ass fucking people that we bring back here with a fucking can. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I'm not hearing the anger that you guys are hearing. I'm not hearing this murderous intent. I'm hearing a guy talking to his chat. Even when he says, oh, I'm going to hit him. Yeah, I'm going to hit him. Probably because somebody in the chat was like, dude, are you really going to hit this guy? Yeah, I'm going to hit him. Fuck yeah, I'm going to hit him. Like, I didn't hear disrespected. So if you've got the clip of him saying disrespected, I'd love a link. I would love to hear him saying that. But I can't think of any reason why that wouldn't have been included in that montage. And at the end there, they told me I'm going to hit him and somebody's going to pull me off and then I'm going to leave. He said, somebody told me I'm going to start hitting him, they're going to pull me off, and then I'm going to leave. That's what happened. He picked him up, he slammed him, just like he said. I don't know if I'm going to hit him first and then slam him, because if I hit him and he goes down, I'm not going to slam him. So I kind of want to slam him, and then I'm going to hit him. Right? He's planning this shit out in his head. He's working the work in his head. AJ Mana said, make sure you ring this motherfucker up. And then sent him out to go sit ringside and work it out with his chat. Not with the person he was doing it with. Not with the referee. Both very vital people involved in a work, I would think. Not the fucking promoters. Now he's working it out with his fucking chat. And he went in there, picked him up. He figured it out. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to slam him. And I'm going to jump on him and start hitting him. And I'm sure he's thinking it's going to be like in a UFC fight. I'm going to hit him a couple of times. And the ref's going to jump on me. Somebody's going to jump on me. They're going to stop me. And that didn't happen. I don't hear the rage. I hear a guy that is not a professional wrestler doing not professional wrestler things. He's working it out on his own with his chat. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to slam him. I'm going to ground and pound him. It's the big UFC move. It's what everybody's waiting to see. Somebody sit on top of a motherfucker and beat his head in. That's what I'm going to do. And they're going to jump on me like they always do. Because he was told, as he states, I was told, I'm going to hit this guy, and they're going to jump on and pull me off him, and then I'm going to leave. I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. He's not thinking of it from a pro wrestling stance where the ref is going to go, oh no, what's happening? Whoa, and not fucking do anything. He's thinking of it from a UFC perspective. I'm going to get on top of him and hit as many times as I can. That's a UFC perspective. I'm going to get on top of this guy and hit him as many times as I can. Because he knows the ref is going to tackle him and roll him off of him, and then he's going to run around the ring and go, ah! That didn't happen. And he just wailed on him. And maybe at a point, something snapped. And he was like, fuck, they're going to let me just beat this dude to death? I guess we're getting jelly. Like, but everything leading up to it, like in the heat of the moment, it's easy to go momentary insanity. He was on top of him, beating the shit out of this guy, and they just let him go. So he just went. You know how I think we stop this in the future? We don't encourage professional fighters to just beat people up. Like, how about we not do that? I think that solves all the problems. But I'm not hearing the disrespect. So if you got that clip, I'd love to see it. Please link it down below. I don't think it will be attempted murder, but I think he'll be charged. Well, he hasn't yet. It's been almost 2 weeks, and he hasn't even been arrested. So there's something to say to that. And I looked it up today. 10 hours before I looked it up at like 5 o'clock, he still hadn't been arrested. Now, I don't know if since this morning he's been arrested. I haven't heard that. But as of right now, he hasn't been arrested. So, we'll see. Probably still doing an investigation. This shit doesn't happen overnight. The police don't look at a video of a guy beating a guy up and go, oh, we gotta pick this dude up. They have to ask fucking questions. They weren't there on the fucking scene to pick him up and all this. There's a whole thing. He's got a lawyer now who's like, look, you know. So they gotta fucking work it out and figure things out. Maybe next week he'll get arrested. But if he's not arrested by October, I don't think it's gonna happen. So we gotta wait for that too. I think he could have gotten away with it with all the excuses you explained, if not for the fact that he explained exactly what he was going to do and the fact that all the punches were to a knocked out man. I hope he's charged. Now look, he can also reasonably argue that he didn't think that he would get knocked out from the fall. But I can honestly say that, yeah, he probably figured that a big fat dude who's going with it, who's not trying to hold on and keep from getting slammed, he's going to let this happen. And when he gets slung shot down like that, yeah, Raja was trying to knock him the fuck out. And he did. And he started wailing on him. But that shit happens in UFC too. And usually, it's 1 or 2 hits. Not 21. So, I think it's feasible to say there could have been a disconnect there. Now, maybe he's just seething under the surface. And there's this hot, seething rage that's just, you know, he's so controlled over his emotions that he's not letting any of that slip when he says, I'm not going to hurt him, though. He was drunk, though. I'm not really going to hurt him. He was drunk. Maybe he's so good at controlling his emotions. Maybe he's just psychopathic. Let's go wild about shit. I don't know. Obviously, Raja should be in prison for attempted murder. Fair enough. 4-0 isn't a professional fighting career. He's small and insecure. 4-0 wasn't his professional record. That was his amateur record. You are blind to everything Raj was saying before and after. I'm not blind to everything that Raj was saying before. I played all that. And the after thing was, he's walking away, pissed off, talking about how he's tired of people playing with him. I'm tired of being fucking played with. Now, look. Yeah. His dad was making fun of him. His chat was making fun of him. You're hanging out with Gay Cowboy. And, I don't know. Again, I don't hear the rage. Right? If he was really angry and frustrated with his chat, he's got a masterful control over his fucking speaking voice when he's that emotionally amped up. I don't know. Like, and maybe he was tired of being played with. Yeah, maybe after the fact, maybe after he jumped into the ring as he was told and slammed the guy, as somebody said he was told, but I never heard the clip where he was slamming was entirely Raja's idea. Absolutely. Because I didn't hear AJ say that shit to him. I didn't hear anybody else say that shit to him. I also didn't hear anybody say to him that he was going to slam him and punch him and somebody was going to slam. I didn't hear any of that either. But I also didn't watch every fucking second and listen in on every conversation that he had with every fucking person that entire night. Maybe you guys have. And I'd love to see that. But like, he said, this is what they told me. That's all I've got. You got other stuff? I want to see it. But I haven't seen it. And again, I would think that's pretty fucking damning or exculpatory. So like, if that existed, and I watched a video, which is now behind a paywall, which is why I didn't grab the fucking clip of it, but I watched a video from Nate the Lawyer, and he had a clip from this podcast where one of the other wrestlers, not AJ, not Raja, not Sid, one of the other wrestlers, was told, hey, consider yourself on standby. Something's going to go down. We might need you to jump in there and grab somebody off somebody. Now, that sounds to me like somebody in the production said, we'll get somebody to grab you off him. Because they're putting somebody in place without a cue and without all this other stuff. It was the whole thing. He was bitching about the whole thing. He was just told, you might need to run into the ring. That sounds like somebody on the staff was at least in some way planning it on their own. Maybe they were live streaming their workday, and them in their fucking chat were, oh, maybe you need to get somebody to get him off him, and oh yeah, maybe I should go tell just that one person, hey, get ready, something might happen in the ring. I'm only telling you, man, it's a secret. Like, I don't think it's outside the realm of possibility that somebody on the staff said, go on up there, fucking, whatever you want to do. Slam him, get on top of him, beat the shit out of him, we'll get him off you, and we'll get you off him, and then you run out of the building. I didn't hear somebody say it, but I didn't hear anybody not say it. So I don't know. Alright. Yeah, the can. I was about ready to defend the can. Because I was like, somebody had said that the can was full and unopened. And I was like, alright, fair enough. And I watched the clip, and I could see what looked like a jet of water come out of the top of the can. And then, that was kind of, I saw that, and then it rolled on. The video continued. But what I didn't pay attention to at the time was after he hits him in the head with the can, spray goes off, and then he kind of throws the can down, and it goes clunk. Or not clunk, it goes, rattle. It was an empty can, right? Hit him with an empty can. Right? Hit him with a fucking empty can. I was wrong on that? Fair enough. Upon further review, I was blinded by the jet of spray of water, which was obviously just the dregs of what was in the beer. He hit him, and right? I thought it was a psh, as in, we just opened the can. And then I figured afterwards, when he drops the can, I was either going to A, see the beer foaming out of the fucking can, or I was going to see him drop the can, and it was going to go clunk, like a full can that's, partially full or whatever, hitting the ground. But no, it was just the rattle of, and yeah, it was an empty fucking can. So, fair enough. I was wrong there. We will get to that. Or we just got to that. that was essentially the first point. Also to emphasize that Raja hit either a prop can or an empty one. Either way, it was a miscalculate. Yes, it resulted in bad, dumb shit. But, like, he hit him in the head with a fucking can. I doubt it even hurt. He had a concussion. Like, this was another thing that people were bringing into it. Apparently his sparring partner knocked him out the day before. So it was like, oh, and he's all upset about that, too. And I'm like, yeah, probably. But he said that he was puking. He said that morning on stream, he said that he was puking from the day before. He had a concussion. I'm sure it fucking hurt. He hit him with a fucking aluminum can in the head. I'm sure it hurt. It hurt. He hit him hard enough to crunch it. Like, he got hit with the fucking top and the bottom of the can. I'm sure it hurt, dude. Like, look, I don't think we can really say, oh, I bet it didn't even hurt. Like, what does that even have to do with anything? That's when your girlfriend punches you and you go, ow, and she goes, oh, that didn't hurt. Okay, well, I guess we now punch in our relationship. Like, come on. That's weak, but whatever. I bet it hurt. Like, how it was supposed to happen in the ring was that Raja was only supposed to pick him up and body slam him. Again, that was never said. Raja was the first one to bring up body slamming him when he was working out the work with his fucking chat. When he was told to go sit at the fucking ringside, and alright, I'm gonna go work it out with my chat. Cool. Like, whatever the fuck happened. Or he just decided to up and do that. That was never part of it. So where you got that? I want to see it. I want to see where anybody discussed with him body slamming him. Alright, that's it. Just body slam him. He was not instructed at all to get on top of the guy and wail on him until the refs pulled him off. Not based on what he said? So where are you getting that? Hence why the refs were so slow at pulling him off, because they were literally in shock that Raja basically went off the reservation. Fair enough. But that's kind of a planning problem, isn't it? Like, that's we probably should have told the ref to jump on him. Like, you know? Like, what the fuck? Like, these guys are also trained that when zebras come at them, they gotta stop. You know, like, they're trained for that shit too. But nobody told the fucking ref. Like, that's a problem. You think that might have maybe been a contributing factor? Is that enough of a reasonable shadow of a doubt? Like, come on. There's so much everywhere here. But after his dad, Rampage, and his chat basically questioned his manhood live on video, Raja let himself get angered enough that he, during a live stream, said, I'm just going to body slam him as hard as I can. This is a quote. Quote, I'm going to body slam him as hard as I can and then punch him in the face as many times as I possibly can, end quote. I want to hear that clip. I would think that would be involved in the legal defense review of the fucking materials. Quote, I'm just gonna body slam him as hard as I can and then punch him in the face as many times as I possibly can. He said, and I quote,
I will tell you guys this. They told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you. I'm going to hit him as many times as I can. Watch. Watch.
He also said, and I quote,
I ain't going to hurt him too bad, though. He was drunk. He was pretty drunk, I think.
Where are you getting this, man? Like, where are you getting this? I need to see this. You gotta find that. Or you gotta come on and go, hey, wait a second. Like, alright, maybe, I don't know. Like, because, what? Where are you getting that? Alright. Nobody instructed him to do that. Fair enough. He chose to do that. Fair enough. He decided preemptively that he was going to do that. yeah, he said it, he figured it out with his chat. And then afterwards, he made another video after running away from the scene of the crime, red with rage and yelling how he's tired of everybody playing with him and messing with him. Fair enough. And I gotta say, man, after a day of having my dad say I'm hanging out with homos, what the fuck you doing? My chat saying you're hanging out with homos, what the fuck you doing? Dude hit me in the fucking head with a can. I just wanted to go to the wrestling match with my boy and fucking hang out with him and his dudes and have a good time, have some fun, play with my chat, do a stream. Like, I didn't want all this fucking shit. I didn't want to get hit in the fucking head. I didn't want to have people telling me I gotta give my fucking lick back. I didn't want to have my dad fucking with me. But you know what I really didn't want to have? You know what I really didn't want to have? I really didn't want to have a guy I trusted saying, go back in there and give him your receipt. And then at some point, working it in his head, at the very least, at the very worst, he came up with, they're going to pull me off of him. And that was never ever said. At the very least, he imagined that shit. He worked it out with his fucking chat as opposed to with the other performers that he was going to perform with. This is why you don't just bring random people on stage when you're doing a fucking play on Broadway and go, just run on out there and do whatever you think you need to do. That's why you don't do that shit. Because they're going to go out there and do dumb shit. Like, thinking this is how it works out in my brain. That's not how it worked out in your brain. And maybe he was like, well, now that I did what they told me to do, now everybody's pissed at me and I'm in fucking trouble. I'm tired of people fucking playing with me. I can see how that would be the straw that broke the camel's back. Now everybody's mad at me and I'm in fucking trouble. I was just doing what they told me to say. Me and my chat worked it out. Like, I could see how all of a sudden he would then be fucking pissed. I would be too had this played out with me. But that's the only point I see. I'm hearing the rage. After everything. And yeah, he's in trouble. They told me. I'm going to go in there and start hitting him. They're going to pull him off. And then I'm going to run away. So even the running away from the scene of the crime, he was told to do that as far as he proclaims. Who told him to do that? We got to interview everybody that was fucking there. Everybody that was working. Did you tell him to, do this? Did you tell him, is this what he's saying? What you said? It's called an investigation. That shit's probably been happening for the last couple of weeks. Second half of this video kind of tells me... Second half of this video kind of tells me you missed some of the videos going around. Honestly, I'm questioning that. I'm wondering if I might have seen some of the videos that you might not have seen going around. Did you see the video where he said, I'm not going to hurt him because he was drunk? Just wondering. I definitely have to disagree with you on this one. It's 100% attempted murder. Oh my God, how dramatic. Even if Raja wasn't thinking about death being a possible consequence, even if he had no idea that beating this man in the face to death might kill him, the preemptive violence and aggression alone is enough to put the guy behind bars. What? Where are you getting this? Preemptive violence and aggression? He's a trained fighter. He's a Spartan, bitch. He ain't a fucking Potter. He's not a soldier on the weekend. Oorah. Like, come on. He could have and probably did cause permanent brain damage. We'll have to see. I don't know. I haven't heard any of that. So we'll have to see when that comes out. But I'm not going to preemptively fucking say the dude's retarded now. Because I'd like to hear it from him. Or a doctor, or something, Like, calm down. Raja acted like a complete animal. Well, fair enough. Sure. All because he felt disrespected. Again. Where are you getting this? I know. Almost like there's a big culture around that in certain communities, but nonetheless, this case is very clear. Dude. Methinks that you are having black fatigue. And you are now fighting shadows. Okay, wait a second. That sounds fucked up. Nevertheless, it's a turn of phrase. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that you say that word all the time. I don't think you understand what that word. Like, I don't think you know what that word means. Case is very clear. It doesn't matter how Raja was trained or untrained because he wasn't even attempting to stay within the rules of wrestling. It very much matters how he was trained. It very much matters that he was untrained. Because his being untrained is why he was not in the fucking rules of wrestling. Really? Really? Did you read that before you pressed enter? If he had stopped after the body slam like he was supposed to, where are you getting that? He'd have been forgiven for not being able to control his strength. Well, fair enough, he body slammed him. The guy's body slamming all the time, whatever. But he used all the strength he could to knock him out and continue wailing on him 20 plus more times. Fair enough. That is what happened. But again, I'm not seeing the rage until after he was in trouble. Even fighting the refs who were trying to get him to stop. No, he was fighting other wrestlers. The ref sat there the whole fucking time, didn't do shit really. Freaked the fuck out. He's an old man. All these wrestlers came in. And a lot of them started fighting with him. I saw a dude really trying to grapple with him. And, like... Look. Like, yeah, he was fighting back. And that was excessive. I think that was excessive. But... earlier in the night, everybody was telling him to sell these moves. So maybe he was selling, oh, I want to kill that dude. That's an argument he's probably going to come up with in court. I was selling it. There's a beef. I'm supposed to really hate this guy. I don't really want to hurt him, though. He didn't seem drunk. But I'm supposed to be like all the wrestlers. Oh, I'm going to kill him. I'm fighting off everybody. That is something that happens very often in wrestling. Again, a totally untrained wrestler that doesn't realize, oh, I can't just work this shit out with my chat. I gotta talk to the other people. The training matters, dude. You cannot say the training doesn't matter. That's ridiculous. That's probably the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard this person say, and I've heard this person say almost no ridiculous things. But that one blows my mind. Like, oh my gosh, it was not the heat of the moment either. It was not in the heat of the moment either, but it could be fucking argued, man. Raja said himself he was going to do that. No, he didn't. Like, he said that he was told that was what he was going to do. Now, if he made that up with his chat, you got to prove that in court. Like, he told this chat moments before that he planned on doing it. No videos have come out that I've seen, and I watched both the Quartering and Asmongold show, everything, which is hours of content. The Quartering sucks, dude. Like, I don't like the Quartering. The Quartering is another one of those people that comes up with a lot of assumptions to make the shit more sensational than it really needs to be. Quartering makes a lot of assumptions. That concerns me. I just don't like the Quartering. It's just now I'm wondering what the fuck he's saying, because like I watched a couple of his videos on the Carmelo Anthony shit, and I'm like, dude, what in the fuck? I don't really like that guy. Where anyone else instructed him specifically to get on top of him and punch him as many times. He said that's what they told him to do. It was at the end. He's working it out with his chat. We got to interview people. Did you watch all the police interviews with everybody that was there? I haven't seen that. Maybe somebody was like, yeah, I told him to kind of do the ground and pound thing. I didn't think he'd fucking wail on him like that. Probably because he was like, oh, I figured the ref would jump on him, or somebody jump on him, get him off him before he damn near killed the guy. Yeah, he was told to get his receipt or whatever, but that was only supposed to be the body slam. Where are you getting that? That's another thing, man. Like, this all confuses me. So, I need to know what the fuck you're seeing. Maybe I need to watch the stupid quartering videos on this. That's it. You hit him on cam. I body slam you on cam. And obviously not at full strength. But even if he did, that's where it should have stopped. Fair enough. I agree. It would have been questionable, but I don't think people would be pushing for attempted murder charges. But he didn't stop there, and here we are. I mean, look, and I'm not even gonna read the last line because it's a fucking dig, and it's already sad enough. Like, dude, I'm not seeing that. I would love to. Maybe I'll watch the quartering videos and see how he just paints all of this. But like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think the guy's going to get attempted murder. I think he's going to lose a lot of money. And I think Rikishi's group is going to lose a lot of money. AJ might lose a lot of money. But attempted murder? No. Assault, battery, whatever it's called, mayhem or whatever, when you're beating somebody to the point of bodily injury. Like, sure. All of those, yeah, sure. I can see that. Attempted murder? I don't know. I don't see it. You all are seeing this fucking rage. You all are seeing this disrespected clips. You all are seeing that shit. I ain't seeing that shit. I played you what I saw. So, I'm confused. Please help me. If you have these links, put them in the description. Even if it's fucking quartering, if I have to watch that shit, whatever. But, like, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to come back and say, dude, the quartering video is a whole lot of fucking assumptions. Because that's what I saw a lot of. A whole lot of fucking assumptions. That's why you didn't get the same video from me that you got from him and Asmongold and everybody else. Because I'm not here to make assumptions. I am not here to assume that he was seething with fucking rage, yet calm as a cucumber, talking about how he didn't want to hurt the guy. You guys are making a lot of assumptions. You're connecting a lot of dots. There's a whole lot of dots all over the place, and you're just drawing straight lines through the fucking bunch of them and going, these are all connected now. Like, I'm not seeing it. If you're seeing it somewhere, I'd like to see that. Please leave me a link. There you go.